Hey Scorpio, welcome to your weekly forecast for July 15th through the 21st. This is for Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to see what's going on for this full moon energy, this Mercury retrograde energy, what is going on for our Scorpio friends the week ahead. Continuing with the ocean theme, the mermaid theme here. And then after we look at this deck and see what's coming up in the week, there's your Monday, Tuesday, your Wednesday, Thursday, and your Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So after we look at these cards, we're going to pull a card for a spirit lesson, a soul message from a different deck, which I absolutely love. And that's going to have a little homework assignment for you. So if you want to do some spiritual work, hang out for that. All right, so your Monday, Tuesday is Coral's Wisdom. Colony, let's see, I don't have my glasses on. Colony, delicacy, fragility, works that are created over great periods of time. So, corals, my dear, are these beautiful, intricate, life forms, or like little colonies, and they're created over a long period of time. So something is happening, Scorpio, Monday, Tuesday, where, you know, over the past few weeks, maybe even you've been taking steps. Last week's reading was pretty big, or there was like really big energy or really big shifts happening, and I think for some of you it manifested in the way where maybe there was some kind of contract or agreement you came into. So maybe it was like a new job, or maybe it was like a lease, or maybe it was like just some big step that you took in some way to better your life or to improve your life. And as you're coming into the new week, there might be some impatience in your energy because you've taken this step, or you're going through this transition. You're like, my God, I just want to be there already. I just want to accomplish what I'm working towards. And I just wish that I could have this magic remote control where I could hit the fast forward button and I could just hurry up and be done with this time in my life. And this is encouraging you or reminding you that it just, you're not, there's nothing wrong with where you are. What you're doing is just something that's going to take time, and you're building something beautiful. You're building something very magical, and it's not going to happen overnight. It wouldn't be any good if it did, right? You know, that whole thing, it's like, you know, it's just, it's taking time because you're creating something that's going to be long lasting. And there's no need to rush it. There's no need to feel like you have to hurry up and make it happen now, 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 now. Okay, this is going to take time, and some of what you're wanting to put out, you're gonna put out when it's a little bit later in your life. Okay, so like, for example, maybe some of you have been like, man, I've always wanted to write a movie, or I've always wanted to write a book, or I've always wanted to like do this big project or do this big creative thing. You're having experiences right now that are going to go into this project, but until you have the experiences, you can't really put that project out there. So there might be certain things you're really wanting to do that feel a little bit delayed to you. Understand and know that you're exactly where you're meant to be in this moment. You're moving forward. Energy is moving forward. Everything is as it's meant to be, and it will progress. There's no sense to put unnecessary pressure on top of yourself, or to feel like you have to hurry up and speed up the time. It takes time for things to grow. Okay, it takes time for things to grow, and that's okay. And you're gaining a lot of wisdom and a lot of experience right now that's going to come in really handy for you later. So Monday, Tuesday, another word for this card to me is like patience, right? Especially Scorpio, a lot of you are really, really moon sensitive. I know I definitely am. And a lot of the water signs are moon sensitive. And as a Scorpio, I know that we can feel the moon very, very strongly. We've got the Capricorn full moon Monday, Tuesday. Capricorn full moon is going to be all about our structures, what we're doing with our life, what we want to change, how we want to do things more effectively, you know, what we want to get rid of, what we want to keep. And so as a result, that can frustrate some of us. We just want to hurry up and be done already. But this is just reminding you to just have patience. Have patience, have patience, have patience. A lot of you are also going to be having really big epiphanies with this full moon too, like spiritual epiphanies. Spiritual wisdom that's coming in as well, which you're going to really, really benefit from over the next few months and years. Is you're creating something for yourself, because some of you are really creating a really beautiful work of art, like just something that's going to really help a lot of people, whether it's music, uh, literature, painting, or just invention in some way. It's going to help a lot of people. Other ones of you are creating some kind of an empire, some kind of a business that's going to be like fulfilling a really big need or making a really big change. And so the next few weeks for you are going to be very formative, right? This doesn't mean that all of this is happening exactly on Monday, Tuesday. It just means it's being set in motion, and it could be set in motion in a very small, unnoticeable way at that. But you're definitely onto some very long-term plans, long-term growth, long-term legacy type energy in the beginning of the week. Your Wednesday, Thursday, Scorpio, is adrift. Okay, so this is saying letting go, allowing a higher force to take charge for a time. So sometimes, this card comes up because somebody's in too much of like a controlling energy. I don't mean controlling energy in an insulting way, Scorpio. You don't have to get angry. If you've already started writing a nasty comment, you can stop right now. What I mean by controlling is sometimes we feel like we have to plan every single little detail to how something is going to manifest. And this is saying leave some of it up to the higher power, leave some of it up to your angels and guides, okay? Because a lot of the times, spirit has a plan that's much better than anything we could have planned for ourselves. A lot of times people have a hard time manifesting because they want to manifest something into existence, but they get very caught up on daydreaming or manifesting how it's going to happen. Well, that's a whole lot of unnecessary steps, right? This does not mean that we just wish for something and we don't work towards it, right? We do what we can with what's in our power, but the rest we surrender to faith, and the rest we're open for any kind of changes or detours that God or Spirit has in mind, because those changes or detours are going to bring us experiences or connections or people that are going to be very beneficial down the line. So just trust that things will happen. Adrift, this card too, like adrift, could also sometimes be connected with vulnerability, allowing somebody to come in and help you, or allowing the universe to bring in help to you from different ways or different directions. And just having faith that which is meant to be is working itself out. You don't have to be the puppet master in all things in life. You don't have to be dictating and creating and moving every single step. You can allow things to just kind of flow, and understand and know that like there's a great kind of release and relief that can come from that. Okay. And so there's a very beautiful energy there, where there's this free flowing energy for many of you. So just letting go of like the outcome sometimes, and just allowing and having faith that whatever is in the best and highest good is going to occur, right? And that not all things may happen exactly as quickly as we want, or exactly in the way that we want, but they're going to happen in the best way. Your Friday, Saturday, Sunday card, Scorpio, is Homeland. This is really interesting because some very similar cards came up for some of the other signs. So I'm sure some of you who are watching for your moon and your rising, you're like, oh, I already saw that sign. I already saw that card. Well, this is really kind of hitting it home for you that, these are the energies that are happening this week. So some of you are traveling home to like your sense of soul family. Okay, some of you, this is full on like another country, or a place where maybe your family immigrated from, and maybe you haven't been back there in years, or maybe you haven't been there ever, and you're like wanting to take a trip to connect with the energy and better understand yourself. And there could be some kind of epiphany that you're having in that way. Other ones of you may be gravitating towards a place where maybe you don't have any ancestral connection to it, but something about it has been calling to you for a long time or intriguing you, and you may have a past life connection there. And when you go on this trip, there's these big epiphanies and healing and messages and things that are coming to you that are going to be beneficial in this whole kind of empire, big building thing that was coming in the beginning of the week, right? Remember how I said things are happening in stages and something is being set in motion? So there may be some travel plans that are coming up for some of you. You may not be traveling this week, or you may not be buying your tickets this week, but something could be happening where you're beginning to plan something for the future. You're looking at, plane tickets and, putting money aside, or how to make something happen, or how to manifest some kind of a trip. For some of you, like I said, it's just more like connecting with soul family, or a place where you have some very strong resonance with, even if it's not necessarily somewhere that you're from. The turtle is significant too, because the turtle has to do with staying on your course, like staying on your path, sticking to something. Scorpio, you know what this feels like to me, because you had a very similar message in Monday, Tuesday about being patient. This card with the turtle is also giving me a sense of being patient. I feel like what Spirit's really trying to give you reassurance here, Scorpio, is that you're on the right path. You're headed in the right direction. The things that you're wanting to manifest, you're going to manifest it. You're going to have the stability. But again, because you're creating something so stable, that foundation, it takes time to lay that foundation. It takes time to build on top of the foundation. So that what you're wanting to happen, it's going to come in stages. It's not going to be all in one shot. And that's okay. You just need to take this unnecessary pressure on yourself to hurry up and be done. You can't rush something that's going to be long lasting. Some of you are putting something out there, and I know this sounds really big and it sounds very dramatic, but some of you are putting something out there that's going to be like this wisdom that's going to last through the ages. Like some of you are putting out like learning materials, or some kind of invention, or some kind of way to explain some technology or something spiritual that's really going to change a lot of lives in the future, or change the way things are done in the future, because many of you are light workers. And so these things take time. These things don't happen overnight, and there's no need to put pressure on ourselves to hurry up and to be done with everything. Just stay the course and keep going. Okay, just stay the course and keep going. All right. But travel, I feel, is really being encouraged for you to do. So start planning it. Maybe you can't travel this week. Maybe you can't even travel this year. But start to plan it. Start to look at it as if you had the money. Like, oh, okay, like where am I going to go, and what flights are going out at what times, and what time, like when would I like to go if I had the money, and just kind of just go through the steps in the planning and visualize it. And it'll also give you an idea of how much you need to put aside, or how much you have to manifest to take this trip. But I really feel that some of you are being called to a place. Some of you may even be getting involved very unexpectedly. I'm telling you, this is big energy. Some of you are getting involved in some kind of humanitarian relief or humanitarian aid, where you're traveling to a place and you're like, wow, like there's a lot of help that needs to come to this area or to these people, and you may be organizing something that's going to be bringing in a lot of blessings, or it's going to be helping a lot of people. And this is all kind of like your life path, your life purpose kind of stuff. These are big energies, right? So this is going to be not just for this week. These are energies that are going to follow you through, the next, several months, potentially, and through the next year or so even. Okay, so very, very big energies. Let's go ahead and check out your spiritual card for the week and see what your homework is. I love this deck. Not only is it an absolutely gorgeous, breathtaking, stunning deck in terms of the artwork, each one of the cards has like a meditation, a writing assignment. It's so great if you're trying to do spiritual work. I really love it. And as always, I'm going to have the deck info in the link in the description, the link in the description if you want to check it out. So soul family, I love when this happens, guys. Like, what a confirmation. We're just talking about like your soul being called to a place, your life purpose, your soul home, right? Somewhere that like resonates with you on a spiritual level. So you're calling in your soul family. Soul family's coming in. That tribe that you're looking for, you are aligning with them. They're coming in at this time. 36, 3 is the number of the ascended masters. 6 is, having reasonable expectations with your relationships and finances, taking that pressure off of you financially. So some of you maybe are having very unrealistic financial goals upon yourself. If you add these things together, 3 plus 6 equals 9. 9 is the number of the spiritual teacher, right? So as you're coming along your spiritual path and the way in which you're meant to teach or serve at whatever capacity that may be, you're aligning with your soul family, right? Spiritual teacher doesn't necessarily mean that you've got to be some kind of big shot guru where like you're, somebody who's like this like famous mystical guru person, or you're someone that's like running a mega church somewhere. Spiritual teachers come in all levels, in all backgrounds, in all kind of stages and phases of life. So but as you're coming into your way of teaching, your way of helping, your way of healing, you're aligning with that soul family energy, and you're connecting with your soul tribe. So you're beginning to manifest that at this time. Let's go ahead and take a look at your homework. And again, guys, I highly suggest that you watch your moon sign and rising sign videos too, because some weeks those are going to resonate more than others, and it might make it a little bit more of a personal reading. Each one of the cards has a meditation, but the meditation is a little bit long, so I'm just going to read you the other assignments. So there's an assignment here for reflecting and taking action, and those assignments are: on a clear night at the new moon, drive out of the city and go star watching. Every star is a stream of light that flows from your soul family to illuminate your inner world. When you think of a loved one that has passed, smile, for they are joyous, flowing in the eternal stream of their soul. Don't look for where they were, tune into where they are now. Honor your life in this body. Without you, your soul family would not be able to expand and become more aware. Okay, so I want to explain this real quick. This is talking about your family who's passed on to the other side. Okay, so some of you might be connecting with loved ones who've passed from the other side, but soul family is bigger than that as well. Soul family is just your family of soulmates, and not all of your soul family is passed on. Okay, but some of you may be connecting with those who are passed on, and you all are also going to be manifesting your soul family who's still on earth, who's still alive, aligning and connecting with them as well. Your journal homework here is ask your soul family for significant information for you. Put your pen to paper and write the first thing that comes to your mind. This is your answer. If it doesn't make sense right now, don't stress. In the following days, their wisdom will reveal itself in satisfying and gentle ways. So that is your homework assignment, my darlings. Again, check out your moon sign and rising sign video. It might resonate more, or you might like the homework assignment for that one better. You might like the homework for that one more, or you might want to do all the homework. But check that out. And guys, don't forget, every single day on Facebook and Instagram, I do a daily message. I do a daily card message, so you can go ahead and receive that as well. You just like and follow the page. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to like check your email. It's right there on Facebook and Instagram. I post a card every morning and every afternoon, so it's like 2 messages a day, really. And if you need a private reading, click on the Calendly link and schedule. If you want more love life info, check out the love readings in the description. There's a link for the love videos. I thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week, Scorpio.